Hey everybody, welcome to my overview video for week 12. Week 12, week 13? Not really sure what week it is, I'm losing track of days, but we are nearing the end of the semester. Um, this week we have probably the least amount of content that you guys are going to experience in this course. There's no discussion, there's no workbook. I think that the only thing that's technically on the modules for this week, beyond the reading, you guys have also a video to watch, but beyond all of that, um, is your part three of your poster, which I may do not this week, but on November 29th instead, to give you guys as much time as possible to do that. And part three of your poster is basically your poster's completion. It's going to be the brunt of the work that you have to do. So I would definitely recommend getting it started this week so that you guys can have as much time as possible, especially over the holidays for Thanksgiving. So yeah, get that done sooner rather than later. Basically, in sum, like what part three entails is that you create a poster or something like a poster via PowerPoint or PDF or however you want to turn it in. And then after you do that, you're also going to record a voiceover of yourself talking about the poster for about 5 minutes and explaining the different components of it. It's really not too complicated, but I would definitely make sure that you look at the rubric because I'm going to be using that to grade your posters. So if you don't have a certain component that is necessitated for you to get 100 in the rubric, I'm not going to give you a 100. So make sure you look at the rubric when you complete your posters. And as always, feel free to reach out if you have any questions about the posters, especially part three, which is not due until November 29th, like I said before. But as far as the content for this week goes, like I said at the very beginning of my video, there is no discussion, there is no workbook, but you guys do have a reading this week. And I wouldn't recommend skipping over this reading because I think it's something really important as far as understanding the Anthropocene goes. Because some of the readings this week, or some of the readings in this class, I think do a good job of introducing students to archaeological concepts, but they don't necessarily do a good job of explaining how they relate to the Anthropocene. But this week we're talking about extractivism throughout history, which extractivism writ large is basically humans taking materials from the earth and using them to create finished products to sell, usually on the global market. But historically, sometimes there were more local markets. But historically, we also had a lot of international trade as well. And extraction of these different elements from the earth often comes with an environmental price. And that is really the main reason why we're in the Anthropocene right now, is because we're paying this environmental price. So as you go through the reading, there will be a lot of different examples of archaeological evidence of historical extraction. Extraction historically has had to do a lot with different material or different methods that aren't used today, like slave labor. Although you could argue that today's labor, especially abroad, is a form of slave labor because they're enslaved to the market to stay alive. But that's semantics. So things that the reading covers this week, as far as extraction goes, are mining, forestry, the human trafficking market, which has always been really big. So I definitely would recommend tuning into that and then watching the video as well, even though you're not going to be necessarily tested on the material or anything like that. I think that it is also important, though, if you're talking about the class from a holistic perspective, because we're going to be doing one more essay at the very end of the class, and it's going to be important to have a holistic understanding of everything we talked about in the class in order to effectively respond to this essay. So yeah, that's pretty much my overview for the reading and also the content for this week. Like I said, this is the lightest week as far as content goes, so make sure you get a good start on your poster so that during Thanksgiving you don't have to sit in the corner at home if you end up going home working on your poster when everyone else is eating Thanksgiving. That would suck. Make sure you use all of the time that you can to get it done. And I hope everyone has an awesome week. And as always, reach out if you have more questions. Come to my office hours. Email me first. I think I've only had a couple students come to my office hours the entire semester. So, yeah, if you have, once again, anything you want to talk about that's archaeology related or related to the poster, definitely make use of my office hours. But that's it. Everyone, I hope you have an awesome week. Thank you.